What is going on, my bueno people, and welcome back. Yes, back to the channel, man. Happy New Year, guys. It's 2023. I'm a little bit late. I know I've been gone for like 2 weeks. A lot has happened, but I'm ready to jump back into it this year. We are almost 10 away. I think we're like maybe 12 away from 1,000 subscribers. That's a lot, man. To think from the end of August 2022 to now, we have gained, I think, over 500 subscribers. And I know that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but that is a lot. That is a lot for me. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, guys. I've been doing this for 10 years. More, 12, about 12, almost 13 years on this channel. And that, I'm pretty sure my math is right on that. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. That is a lot. That is a lot. A lot. And that is all thanks to all of you for coming here and wanting to be a part of it. Now, there's some amazing things happening this year already. This is the first. This is going up tonight. So this is the first. But yesterday I got some great news. I don't think I can share it yet. My family knows. But I don't think I can tell you guys yet until it's fully official. I'm excited to tell you when I'm allowed to, which it should be in a week or so. I'm not sure, but a lot of things are happening, good things. I'd like to move the camera, but I don't want. I kind of like the framing right now. I love the lighting. I was able to bring this light over here closer, so there's not a whole lot of shadow. This light over here isn't as strong, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, there's still a little bit of shadow here. As you can tell, Pyramidas is back over here. Cap Shield, the Infinity Gauntlet, the Iron Man Infinity Gauntlet and Thor's Hammer are back there. There's a reason. This wall, this shelf right here, and this wall right here are dedicated to my PR stuff. I got a lot for Christmas. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to like be like, oh, I got all this cool stuff. But I want to share with you guys what I got and just talk about where things are headed. I can't really hear out of my headphones. I hear myself, but I don't. That's a little bit better. I just want to make sure you guys are hearing me pretty well. But yeah, this should be okay. Got some really cool things. And so this might be a longer video than what I planned. We're already at 3 minutes, just me talking. But I'm probably gonna take the camera off, the webcam off, show you the wall. This wall over here, where the camera's facing, or what's behind the camera, is not done yet. Hopefully, it'll be done this week. But over here, for the most part, it's done. These two things are not mine. That is the dog's blanket, so I'll throw that over there. And that is the wife's lights that I need to put up this week, because there's a lot going on. Before I show you everything, go through what I got. We record the prologue to Legacy, the audio drama, this week. I am beyond excited because in 2017 we released Legacy, the fan film, on YouTube on the Nerds for Entertainment page, and we got a lot of people. Let me actually see real quick. I can type. I'm like in an awkward position right now. So 5 years ago, 2017, we have 18,000 views on this video. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this. I think I was a bit heavier when we filmed it, and when I wrote it. But things have changed. A lot of things have changed. We were supposed to do a potential sequel to this film. I'll put a link in the description to this. But I wrote it. And we were actually at a film festival for a different film that we made. I was sitting there and I'm like, yo. I know what I want to do. And I kept seeing this vision. This is the Mastodon power coin from the 94 Morpher. And I was like, I just imagine Jason's son holding this coin, and it's like a rainy day. He's at his father's grave, and that's essentially what started this version. Because Legacy really started way back in 2015, 2014, 2015, with this idea of Jason going missing, his son being raised by Zach, and he lives with Zach's son. They're adults now. And he ends up taking on this persona based off, after learning his father was a ranger. He ends up becoming a vigilante, very much like Green Arrow. And he's called the Rex. He has no powers, but as the show went on, he started to learn more about his father. Jason was still alive, yada, yada, yada. And it never took off. And then, again, 2016, I'm sitting at this award ceremony, and I'm like, I like this concept. And that's all I could see was him holding the coin, tapping it on his leg, or like looking at it, and it was just raining outside. So I jumped right on that script, and we started filming it summer of 2016. And we edited it all the way through that year, and it premiered 2017 at VisionCon, which is one of the big cons here in Missouri. One of the bigger cons. So there's Planet Comic Con, which is the biggest one in Missouri. And at one point Wizard World, but I think Wizard World like died out. And then there's VisionCon, which is in Southwest Missouri. And anyways, we premiered it there. It was a big hit there. And it was a big hit on YouTube as well. And a lot of people liked it. There were some people who didn't like the fact that I was a heavier set man that was playing the lead of a potential Power Ranger. So that was comments we got a lot of issues with my sister, the girl who played my sister. Like they're like, you kind of gypped her, and yada yada yada. And what people didn't know is this was the beginning of something great. People didn't realize this was the beginning of a story. And then I went on and started working on the sequel. And we started working on the sequel, and it was this huge story. Had really no tie to the show outside of the characters. There was no Rita. This was a world that there were no more monsters. And I had made this really cool story about how the green coin ended up possessing somebody. Like there was still evil in the green coin. And it just kind of, we casted everybody. We had one read through. We had a guy from Arkansas who was going to play one of our villains. And I felt so bad because he drove up here and then it just kind of fell. There was no funding for the film. So anyways, fast forward to now. I'm like, I want to touch Legacy. I really want to figure this out. So we decided we were going to make it a film, not a film, but we are going to make it a series. And then I was like, okay, well, we don't have the camera equipment, not black and white. That was our old one. Nerds for Entertainment's not really together anymore. We're now Rebels Guild. We don't really have a film department. We do a lot of stage shows. So I was like, let's make Legacy a musical. I didn't like that. I wrote a couple of songs. It didn't really work. Wasn't feeling it. And then I started watching Linkara. Just him going back through history of Power Rangers. And then I started watching the Sixth Ranger a little bit more. And the fan club. If you don't know who that is, I'll put a link to all three of these guys. If you don't know who they are, which I hope you do. If you're a Ranger fan. But I got inspired. And I'm like, Tyler, go back to basics. You're trying to tell a Batman story in a Power Ranger universe. Don't do that. You have realistic villains. You're destroying what you love. You're taking what you love about Power Rangers, which is humans with these amazing powers given to them, trying to save the world from these monsters and demons, aliens. And I'm taking all of that out of there. Why? So I'm like, let's start from the basics. Let's go back to Forever Red where the story begins. So that is what we're recording this week, is what happened on the moon to start this journey of legacy. So we're going back, and then we're soft rebooting stuff from the short film to put into this 10-part audio series that I really hope you guys are going to enjoy. I'm excited for it. Now, that being said, there will be a call for auditions for actors and actresses to come in and play some of these roles. Now, here's the thing. What I would prefer is that you are local in the Missouri area. But if we can find a way to get you to record remotely with decent equipment, make it sound good, sent over to me without compressing it. We kind of had an issue with that with our last audio project. I got it to work, but yeah, 10 minutes or 11 minutes. So that is the big thing that's happening this week. There's more Ranger news coming from your boy. Not like I have any inside information, but there's something great from me, which takes me in a step further and helps me release more content for you guys. And just kind of getting helping the channel, but at the same time, getting me into a career that I enjoy. We'll talk about that later when I'm allowed to talk about it. So there's that. Let's see, what else are we working on this year? Oh, cosplays. So last year I cosplayed as Nightmare Batman. I built my first version of my Captain America cosplay. As you can see, my shield is back behind me. I also have a Finn cosplay, of course, and a Tyrese from The Walking Dead. I haven't done Tyrese in a long time. He was just a very basic cosplay, so I haven't really done him in a long time. Finn, because I kind of fall in and out of Star Wars a lot, just because the momentum is not very high. And with all the crap that goes on with Disney, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do this one as much, because I did Finn a lot a few years ago. So that being said, I will be debuting Cap at Missouri Comic-Con in February alongside. This is the one I'm excited for, because the first was just going to be my version of the Red Ranger. I was going to have my version of the Power Sword. Well, not my version, but my Power Sword, because I don't have the extra money to purchase the Lightning Collection one quite yet. But this is one I got at Planet Comic-Con a few years ago. It's more of a dagger size, and I think like a Peter Pan sword. But Austin signed it right there. I remember too, because I was like, man, I really want him to sign something. And I had my 2017 movie helmet, and I was like, nah, this is definitely the one. Because I found this in a bin at one of the people, one of the vendors. And I brought it up to him, like, can you sign this? He said, yeah. And he was trying to sign. He's like, what is this made out of? I'm like, I have no idea, man. I just bought it. I thought it was cool, and I think it'd be cool if you would sign it. So this is the only Power Sword that I have. It's wooden of some sort. It's a nice little one, of course, but it's not ideal to cosplay with. So I got lucky. And with my father's help, come on, I'll have to fix that here in a second. With my father's help, I was able to order, before it went back up in price, I was able to order the gold power staff from Bandai for a little over $70. Now it's like 114 again, and it may go up more, but that's coming in Thursday this week, so I'm very excited for that too. So on top of starting legacy stuff, that's coming in. But that goes with my cosplay, because what I'm doing is I am cosplaying as Thomas Scott Red Ranger, which is my character in Legacy. I don't want to give too much away, but the way I'm describing his version of the Red Ranger suit is take Nightmare Batman without the gun. Combine that and the Red Ranger together, Mighty Morphin Red, and then the gold power staff on his back. That is essentially right now what the cosplay looks like. That's not really what Thomas is gonna look like in the show, but I was like, it's a good start, and it kind of helped me figure out where Thomas was going, because there's a whole storyline with Thomas and the power. And so things will be a little bit different. And it's all audio, so you're going to see it in your head. And it might be different than what I see in mine, but we're going to describe it as much as we can so you guys can, can figure it out. But now, so there's that going on. The secret project that I can't really tell you about yet. Collecting, just, spending more time with my wife. As you can see behind my head here, if I can point, right here is my wife's Miraculous collection. I don't think I can zoom in while I'm recording. I could be wrong. I also don't want to mess with the frames. Yeah, I don't think I can. Oh, I can. I just don't want to mess it up. Hold on, guys. Can you see that? Right there. That is her Miraculous Ladybug collection. I'll move my head. She's got everybody but Queen Bee and a couple of the variants of Cat Noir and Ladybug. Hold on. Can we transform it back? Put the screen perfect. Okay. So that is her big thing right now. And I really enjoy it with her. We actually just watched the first half of season 5 that was on Disney Plus. And it is good. I will tell you right now, Marinette be making me really, really mad, though, because she keeps monologuing, and Monarch keeps getting away. And then the whole thing, I'm not going into it. A friend asked me, what the heck is Miraculous Ladybug? I said, think Power Rangers, but takes place in France. And rather than having morphers, they have things called Miraculous. And they've got these little bitty animal like spirits that follow them, and they're the ones that kind of give them their power. And he was like, okay, I'll have to check it out. So I don't know if any of you guys watch Miraculous Ladybug. I will say it is far better than what it was when it came out. Because my wife and I tried to watch it when it first aired, and we just could not get into it. And now it's like her favorite show. It is her favorite show. So, but God, I'm tired, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. But let's get into showing you what I got. And then I'll show you this cool Power Ranger wall that I'm working on. So, I know some of you have been on some of these Ranger groups, have been going to Dollar Tree, and they've got these like miniature Power Ranger figures. Okay. My wife got me, she could only find 4 of them at the time: red, blue, black, and pink. So she got another red and painted him green, got another pink, painted her yellow. But then we went to the store, and we found green. So now I have all of them that have been released, because they do not have a yellow. They have not made a yellow, and I don't know if they're going to make a yellow, which I think is stupid. If you're going to have the whole team, have the whole team. So I do have this painted Kimberly, and it's not bad. Of course, it's not the greatest, but she did what she could, and I still think it's okay. It's a great stand-in. So there is that. Let me see what else I have around here real quick. You'll see it when I turn, but I'll go ahead and show you. Oh, this is for whenever we play D&D, but I got this as well. It's for the My Hero card game, but I love My Hero. Deku is my boy. He's my favorite character. I'm always that guy who likes Red Rangers, main characters. I've been told I have a main character syndrome when I play D&D. My characters typically have like a story that leads them into a heroic journey, and yeah, and I always want some sort of great power. But yeah, and then wife got me to go with my bat cave down there. That giant Batman turns into a bat cave. I don't have room to display him right now, so these guys are all in a box, except for these ones. But I got Solomon Grundy, born on Tuesday. I'll have to look at it. Red Hood. This is the figure. Spin Master, you better be listening. It's the figure I've been wanting for a long time. This is, I think, the Outlaws Red Hood. Oh, why is it? Well, ignore that, guys. I'm sorry. Dude's got like green on his chest. I don't know where it's from. This is the Outlaw version. I think it's like the newer Red Hood. I'm looking for like a actual like Red Hood leather jacket. Got the actual red helmet on and whatnot. But this works. So I finally have all 4 Robins. Well, technically, they never confirmed that a certain Robin was Tim Drake. But he looks like Tim Drake enough, so I'm calling him Tim Drake. So I've got Nightwing, Red Hood, Tim Drake Robin, Damian Wayne Robin. So I've got all the Robins. And then lastly, there is the black suit Batgirl. So that's 3 Batgirls that I have. Purple suit, silver suit, now black suit. My wife can't stand Batgirl. I really like Batgirl. So she was like, fine, I'll get it for you. As a kid, I had a Turbo Man. A friend of mine broke the arm, and then I lost it somewhere. Oh, I think because my dad took it to a friend's house to fix it. The friend never fixed it, and the friend took it, I guess. So my wife was not able to get me one last year when they were out on shelves. But she did get me a Turbo Man Pop. So it's actually Howard, so Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, holding the Turbo Man doll. And I'm like, this is really cool. I can't have the big one. I'm going to have the Pop. So that made me happy. Next, my mom. This is the smaller of the two because my mom she really went out this year. But this is the T-Rex Champion Zord. I've got him in T-Rex mode. I could put him in battle mode, but this looks cooler to display because I got an extra Zato as well. So he's kind of up here on my printer with Zato. And it just it looks cool, especially with this Ranger backdrop that I got. Let me see what's down here. I plan on doing a video with these. I've heard that these are not the best quality, and I really wanted the Megazord and Dragonzord, but after I've seen pictures of them completed, I was like, come on, man. Like, it could be better than that. But I understand they're like $30. So they're not going to be the best quality, but my wife and my mother-in-law, I think, as a team, bought me the 4 that are in this line. So red, blue, black, and green. I can already tell they're not going to be the best quality looking at the back of the picture. But it is a video I do want to do. That's why I've not opened them yet. And it's cool to have like a Lego style Power Ranger thing. So I'm not going to complain. But that's going to be something fun to do. I do not know what to do with this guy. My mother-in-law got this thing for me. It is a remote control Robert Pattinson motorcycle Batman bat cycle. And these batteries where it's not going to run. So I was thinking it'd be cool actually to have it up as like a statue. But right now I don't have room for it because I'm displaying all my Power Ranger stuff now. We're hoping to get a new set of shelves, so there will be room eventually. But for now, this guy's just kind of on the floor. And it's a nice little, like, I think rather than using it as an RC car, which it's supposed to be used for, I think displaying it like this fits it because it's kind of, he barely drove the Batmobile. He was more on his motorcycle half the time. Oh, God. No! Bard is my favorite class to play next to a Paladin. My wife got me this very awesome card and character sheet holder. I already have a Warlock one, so this was a very nice addition. My good buddy, another thing I have to assemble, my good buddy Daniel got me a X-Wing model. Never had a model before, so this will be a fun thing to do. I think for the channel maybe, I don't know. That's one thing I got to do. It does come with stickers and whatnot. It tells you where to put them. So I'm excited for that. I suck at putting on stickers. So we'll see how that goes. And then my good buddy. Oh, right there. My good buddy Kevin got me this really cool book. It's Day of the Dumpster. But it's with these are my own 3D glasses I had from our wedding. But you put these on and like the pages pop out. I'm sure you can kind of see like the quality of them. Like things just start popping out on them. Really cool book. Very vintage book. I appreciate it. He also got me a couple figures. He got me Red Ninja Storm. And then Ashley, who is my... Y'all talk about Kimberly being your first Power Ranger crush. My crush didn't come in until season 5 in Turbo. Halfway through. Ashley... She's great. But then, talking about My Hero real quick. Another waifu. Got a Nejire statue. Nejire, for some reason, ever since she was introduced, I was like, I really like Nejire. Really do. She's super sweet. Really cool power. So she goes right there with Shion from Someone got reincarnated as a slime because she's also waifu as well. I said if it was her, if it was the two of them, and Yor and Raftalia, so Yor from Spy Family and Raftalia from Shield Hero, I think I'd be good with waifu statues from anime. Because we already have Asuna back there. So, anything besides the big one up there? I did get some Marvel figures back there as well. I don't know if I'm going to pull them out quite yet. I know there was more. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind, guys. Well, oh yeah. I'll have to show you guys another time. Well, I don't think the camera's going to reach over here, so I'll have to like record it on my phone. But I redid my whole shelf because I was like, I had like a Tommy centric shelf right here. And I was like, I have more Red Ranger stuff, more specifically Jason stuff. So there is a JDF Memoriam thing right here, surrounded by the Dino Fury Rangers, which I think is pretty cool. And Ninjor and Falcon's Order there. But then in the middle cubicle, I've got a Jason Lee Scott tribute with a little bit of Rocky DeSantos there, just because he's red. This whole middle section of my shelf is 2017 Red Ranger, the Jason Lee Scott Memorial, and then MMPR Red helmet up there. And then up top is my MMPR seasons 1 through 3, like Command Center figures, Dragon Zord in fighting mode, Mega Tiger Zord, and then Titanus with one of the big gifts I got this year. So hold on. Oh, ow, ow! There was more. Ugh. So my mom ordered this guy on Marketplace. It was between this and the Ninja Megazord. Because I had the Ninja Megazord when I was young. Lost it. Huge story with that. So I sent my mom a link. This is from the same person. She had both the Ninja Megazord and the Shogun Zord. Shogun making Falcon Zord that. But she had them for sale for 125 a piece. Sent it to my mom. Apparently my mom wanted to bring back a childhood Christmas this year for me, and she did it, because when I opened this, I was shocked. I really was. Now it's not perfect. There are like some pieces that are not quite perfect. So like the Wolf Shogun Zord, like its feet are on a weird hinge. But oh man, sorry guys. And I might need to get like BD15 stickers. But for the most part, man, like I can't complain. I'm happy. So now I have 2 Falcon Zords. And if I do end up getting the Ninja Megazord from her, that'd be 3 Falcon Zords. But I think that's fine, because that allows each Megazord set to have, I have a Falcon Zord for the Tommy, the JDF Memorial, and then I'd have a Falcon Zord for Shogun, Falcon Zord for Ninja. But yeah, like this was the big surprise. Now there was a couple more things. I did get a Youth Center T-shirt, Angel Grove Youth Center T-shirt, which was really cool. Apparently that was a gift that I was supposed to get during my birthday this past year, but it got in late, so I got that. Got some new shoes, got some more clothes. Like I said, I got some Lightning Collection figures of Trey, Gold Ranger, and then Jason. Jason in his red. And I'm going to say this real quick. I get it. It doesn't look round enough. I get that the helmet for the Lightning Collection doesn't look round enough. I get it. The teeth don't match up the way they're supposed to. There's a big gap. I get it. But you know what? It's a figure that we got. If you look, because I have both the Legacy. No. Yeah, the Legacy Red Ranger, Dragon Shield, Dragon Armor Red Ranger from Bandai. Now I have the Lightning Red. Neither one of them is perfect. To sit here and say that one is better than the other, I'd have to disagree. I don't like how beefy the Legacy ones are. They're too beefy. I like the normal look of the Lightning Collection figures. The helmet might be off, but that's okay. I'm not going to throw a fit about it. The fact that my wife went out and bought it for me, and they were expensive. They were about $30 a piece at a shop here in Missouri. They were cheaper on Amazon, but by the time she got them, they were about the same price. So it was just like, what do you do? But yeah, like, I think people get too worked up and too focused on super minute details that we didn't think about it as a kid. Like, this is one, as an adult, we thought about it. At least I never cared. But this Zord right here, hold on. Oh, if I can get it done. I gotta put it back up. Anywho, forget about it. This Zord right here, right? No, that way. This is supposed to be the white Shogun Zord. In America, they made it pink because why not? You know, we have, bro. Thank you. You got the white Falcon Zord on there, and this gives you the 5 primaries. However, as we all know, it was a white Shogun Zord, not a pink. There was never a pink. But I don't care. You know, this was a toy that I wanted as a kid. I wanted Ninjor. And my story of getting Ninjor was the fact I went to a comic book shop. The dude had Thunder Megazord, which is my favorite Zord of all time. And he had Ninjor. And he wanted 60. I said, how much for the Thunder Megazord? He said 60. I said, how much for Ninjor? He said, I'll throw him in for free. And I was like, deal. So I got Ninja Megazord intact with everything. Not the Thundersault team stand that they all go on, but I got all the Zords, got all the crystals, got all the figures, all the weapons for $60. And Ninjor. As a kid, I always wanted Ninjor. Finally got him. Excuse me. Finally got him for free. And so I can't sit here and complain because these are toys that we've wanted for a long time. Like I've got a bunch of Jasons. I might take a picture real quick and like edit it into and like just put it over here in the corner. Stop. Stop. But there are so many different Red Rangers, like Mighty Morphin Red Rangers. The head sculpts are all different. Like nothing is consistent. Like I even have the Imagine X ones, and like yeah, it's closer to what it needs to be. And yes, I know when they made the 2-pack for Trini and Jason, when they switched powers, the Trini head sculpt looks better. I'm actually hoping that when they do a Rocky basic, that they have that fixed helmet. So what I can do is just put that helmet. Well, what I could do technically is just leave that figure with the helmet on, and then this other one that I have, put Jason's head on that one. But it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. I think the way people are treating Hasbro is a bit ridiculous, but I get it. They're expensive. They cost a lot of money, but I just still think it's a little bit ridiculous how people act. Like I had the Megaforce. I had the Samurai Zords. I didn't get any of the Dino Charge, and I should have because I love Dino Charge. And I have a basic one of the Beast Morphers, so it doesn't transform. But this is one of the best Zords I've gotten from new Power Rangers. It's not like a legacy line or anything like that. because I haven't heard the basic Mighty Morphin line that Hasbro released wasn't the greatest. Um, but this, man, like this, they try. Like they really try, and it feels real. It doesn't feel cheap. Um, they try. It reminds me going back to these guys. Whenever we had them as kids, you know, the Mighty Morphin. My friend Anthony has it now because I've got the Legacy, but the plastic 1993 Megazord. It was plastic, and you know, some of the pieces feel like they were gonna break. This feels, it's got a little weight to it. It's good quality, and that's how I feel with so far. I've not been disappointed with anything Hasbro has done. Maybe some like my Lightning Collection Red Ranger helmet that I use for cosplay. It does have a scratch on the visor. That's okay. I'm not gonna fuss about it. Not gonna fight about it. That could have happened without me realizing, me taking it out of the box. I don't know, because I didn't notice it till sometime after I got it. So it could have came from me. Who knows? Some people have complained about paint stuff on some of these figures and whatnot, and for me, it's sad that we have to go and complain about. So we finally have a toy company who gives a crap, because we gotta admit, Bandai America stopped caring after a certain point. When they started to go into the Zord builder aspect, like Zord Link is fine. I think Zord Link is perfect. It's not perfect. Let me fix that. But it's cool enough to where I don't feel like this is gonna break. You know, it still does the functionality of what the Zord is supposed to be. It still connects to the Zords it's supposed to connect to. And that Zord builder that they have with Bandai, I hate it. I hated it so much because they were trying. I don't like whenever like motorcycles connect to Zords that are outside of the TV show. I get it; it's for the kids, but it's just, even as a kid, for me, I hated that crap. I remember Power Rangers in Space. My dad got me a couple figures, and at the time I didn't know that it was the Battleizer Red Ranger. I just saw that he had a big chest with like mechanical wiring on the inside, and he had a jetpack. I'm like, I don't want this. Why would I want this? And I've always been that kid who likes their toys to be show accurate as much as they can be. And what I mean by that is like functionality. So people don't like this one as much, I guess. I don't know. I enjoy it. It looks good on camera. It's big. Like, it matches my body size. The sound chips aren't always the greatest. I will admit that. I don't have the Dino Fury one yet. I plan on getting it because it is on sale. But hold on. Okay. It's got good sound chips, so it's not like it sounds like trash, but it is that very much. Are you ready? Say it's morphin time. It's like I don't want all that. I want a morpher that's gonna be like more than the Legacy, because you hit the Legacy, like, I think that's cool for a collector's item, but as somebody who wants to have functionality with a collector's item, like, take this, combine it with that, and I hit a button, give me that sound without me having to say, like, me saying it's morphin time is fine, that's fine, but don't have somebody prompting me being like, hey, say it's morphin time, because like, that's not in the morph sequence, you know, like, it's morphin time, you know, like, I don't know, I feel a certain way about it. That's one thing too with the lightning morpher, which I do want. What I don't like is the fact that when you hit the button, Tyrannosaurus. Like, I want to say that. I don't want Jason to say it. It's a roleplay toy. Let me roleplay with it. So that is one issue that I do have. But for the most part, I can't complain. I can't complain with really anything except going back to Bandai there at the end. Like, again, my point is we have a production company that really cares, because not saying that there at the end Saban was doing terrible, because he did really well with Dino Charge. The ending of Dino Charge wasn't the greatest. Ninja Steel, I didn't care for aspects of it. I'm just gonna be honest on that. I didn't care for aspects of it because it just felt like almost too cheesy. Like we kind of went back to Megaforce style. There were story elements that were good. It was just rough for me, and I think part of it is, and that was the thing about going back and watching Mighty Morphin with my wife, because now we're on in space, so we've gone through all of it. There was some drama in Mighty Morphin. There was some oh shoot man, what's going to happen type of thing, and they try to replicate that in some of these newer seasons, and it doesn't hit very well. I think what they're doing with Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury, top notch. Bringing back to what we love about Power Rangers. I felt that with Beast Morphers too. I do think Beast Morphers might have hit some things that weren't the greatest. If I'm going to be honest, like I don't think some of those choices were the best. But at the same time, is another ending that the two seasons I like, Dino Charge and Beast Morphers, man, the endings disappoint. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say this. Now I'm going to show you the Ranger wall real quick, and then we'll probably we'll probably go. But Power Rangers is finally in the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing. Simon Bennett knows what he's doing. Toy-wise, Hasbro has a good idea of what they're doing. I know the Zord Ascension is probably not the best, and there's times where the Lightning Collection has missing paint or this or that. I've not ran into that yet. The only issue I've ever run into with their toys so far is that little scratch on the visor. That's it. So, I just feel like people are being too critical. I'm glad with TRX Champion, everything's molded into it. Like, I didn't do these stickers, but some of these stickers, man, like, look at its legs. There was another sticker here that I was like, I'll have to find it later. But, not everything is perfect. You're not going to go backwards. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you are doing, my friend? You have been standing fine this whole time. I just feel like people are trying to find negativity in something because they're bored, because this or that. Yeah, things are expensive right now, and they're trying to put it on Hasbro. And I do think Hasbro does jack up their prices on some things, Transformers for a big one. But at the same time, it's the economy that you can't expect them to. And before anybody says anything, I'm not being a white knight for Hasbro. What I'm saying is, Hasbro is doing something we've needed for Power Rangers. It might have been Sixth Ranger, and I love him. I think it was him. He complained about how we're getting these helmets too slow. I'm thinking back. He said it's been, he said 5 or 6 years. No, there's no way it's that long. Has it been that long? 5 or 6 years to get all these helmets out. 4 years. Somewhere in that range. Because now we've got Draken, Zed, we have pink, red, blue. 5 helmets. I want to say it's 5. Oh, and white. So 6. We have 6 helmets out. And he's like, it's taking too long. We should have them out sooner. And my thought is, I'm looking at my wall right now. We got pink, red, blue. It means we're missing 2 colors in green. If green makes 3. I think they're making good time, because we want to talk about how quality's coming out, and there's like ink, like paint issues here and there. I've not seen that. I did not see it on mine, but apparently some people are having paint details on theirs. When I get a blue, I can't, because pink is still pretty cheap. I might order that one at some point if it's still available. And I'd like to get blue too. I don't think I'll be able to get white unless I do a re-release. But if I can get the 5 primaries, it'd be great. Black and yellow would be great. I know my wife would freak out if I got her yellow. But it's, I look back at the Legacy Megazords, and we got Mighty Morphin, and then we got Dragon Zord, and then we got the huge, gigantic one, which was Thunder Zord, and there was issues with that one. I remember there's issues with the Legacy line. Like I cannot put my my Megazord and my Dragon Zord together in Ultra Zord because it is so heavy on the Dragon Zord's feet that it flops over, and there's no way to lock them in. They just kind of sit there. And then there was issues with, I think, the Red Dragon Zord with the Thunder Zords. There's issues with that. Never any issues with the White Tiger Zord. And I don't know about the Ninja Zord. But then after that, they lost their license to make the toys because it went over to Hasbro. So it's like, that took a long time too, because I remember it was like, see, what was it, like 20... I want to say Megaforce is when that stuff started to come out. So we're looking at what, 2013? Sorry. 2013, I think, is when MMPR. So 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. And then I think they switched over license in 2018. So 2018 and 2019. So that's about the same amount of time. And they got what, 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot about Titanus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Zords. So the same amount of helmets, about the same amount of time. And we want to go, yeah, so what, 2018, 20, so 4 years. 4 years. Hasbro has released 6 helmets. One of them is two of them are villain helmets with voice changers in them. We have the Zord Ascension project right now, which is, we've got Mighty Morphin, we got Dragon Zord, Astro Megazord, which is the one I think I'm going to pick up because I already have my Legacy Red, my Legacy Megazord, I've got my Legacy Dragon Zord. I don't really need another Dragon Zord or another Megazord. I don't want to have like multiple copies of each Zord. If I can, I would like to have the original version. So I've got the original Tiger Zord, original Thunder Zord, original Shogun Zord, 2 original Falcon Zords, Ninjor, and original Titanus. So the only Legacy stuff I have is the original Megazord and Dragon Zord. But what was I saying? I was saying something. We were talking about helmets. Oh, Astro Mega Ship. That is coming out, and I want that. I will pick that up. I want the Power Sword, the Power Lance. I want to get the daggers for my wife. I still want to get her the Yellow Ranger Morpher. Trini is her favorite. Followed by, I think she said she likes Ashley. She really loves Astronema. But I want to get the Astro Mega Ship because I don't have that anymore. I had it when I was little. I was stupid. I was a dumb child. Play with it in the water a lot so the electronics stopped working. But I don't know what happened to it, but I don't have it anymore, so I would love to have that. And I have Pyramidas, of course. But, because I know if they make that boy, if they make this boy with the Lightning Collection, it's going to be expensive. So I'm glad I got him. So I'm not trading him. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all go. This ended up becoming like a PR rant. But real quick, I do want to show you the Power Ranger wall that's currently in the works. So hold on. Let me lift that up so you guys can maybe hear while I'm standing. Pick it up. So first off, you can't see much. There's the Dino Fury poster I got for Christmas for my wife. I love it. Then I got this guy about a month or so back. A little bit longer than that. It's great. I like it. And everybody hates this logo. I actually enjoy this logo. It's something new. But everybody likes the original. Then this is the big guy I revealed on my Facebook. So it's a 4-panel giant poster. And I got this for my birthday. Not 4, but my wife threw me a Power Ranger birthday party, and this was part of it. And for a long time, I just had this one up. Because my wife and I believe if we were in the world, the Power Ranger world, I'd be Jason, she'd be Trini. Like 200 pounds lighter Jason. But Also got, so this was the power sword. We already saw that. Let me put that back. Got this guy too for my wife. Now hold on, let me reset the camera. Is that where it was? I think so. I don't think so. That doesn't feel right. I don't think it was that far over. Okay. Ugh. Also, I hate the camera too because like people keep telling me I'm losing weight. When I look at the camera, I don't see that. In fact, I see. Ugh, I don't see that at all. But so this is the Mega Fury Saber. If you do not know, I've played with it at Walmart. It makes one noise, and then when you connect it to the Dino Knight Morpher, it's supposed to make a different sound. Well, this thing is demonic because she got it in the clearance aisle, and I had played with this one that same day. So I'm 97% sure that that's the noise it's supposed to make when you connect it to the Dino Knight Morpher. So that's it, just turning it on. That's all fine. Very much lightsaber style sounds. You know, on impact, right? Yeah, that's the sound when you connect it. Alright? So I'll do what I need to do. Because then, after a minute, still not working. It's doing the connection sound again. So it'll be like that. Or like if I moved it around too much without touching the handle. It's not doing it now. It's making a liar out of me. But it will just start making noises. So, nope. You're really not going to do it? There it is. So it's got a mind of its own. this was the last gift that I wanted to show. But I might be missing something. I hope I'm not. I'm pretty sure I hit everything that I was. And then I'll do an unboxing of the gold power staff when it comes in. It's almost been an hour. I'm gonna get off of here. But yeah, that's the wall. I'm gonna put the staff and the power sword up on this wall. Power sword above the poster because it's lighter, and then the staff, if it's light enough, I know there's diecast on it, it's gonna go here behind the camera, or behind the computer, and then cap shield's gonna go up. I'm not sure. I've got a blank wall now over there. We're still trying to figure stuff out because we're redoing our office. But yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look out for what is coming. There'll be an announcement here in a little, hopefully this week, as to what is coming for me and what that could mean for you guys. But anyways, hope you guys have a happy new year, and be on the lookout for more videos. All right.